One day, I was just sitting there. I found this game. It's called Starscape. Really cool game. I was like, bing bong, what happened if I combined it with this game? And I was like, yo, Astroneer's cool game. What if I combine it with that? And yeah, now I'm making a sci-fi game. So here's the first week of development. So on the first day, I decided on what my game was going to be like. I wanted to create a sci-fi game where you could travel from planet to planet, and every planet had its own resources and materials, which you could use those resources and materials in order to build things and create. But the issue was I realized that I had no clue where I actually wanted to start. So I decided to start out by creating some sort of like terminal thing. I based it on a model from Fallout. Here's what it ended up looking like. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. So I ended up adding some functions into this, which allowed it to where I could have an on function and an off function. These functions would be used later on so that I'd be able to actually create a power system. So they'd be able to be powered in the future by whatever the player creates to power their terminals, I guess. So on day two, I realized that Roblox has a very bad exploiter problem. So what I did was I created a pretty basic anti-cheat. It can just prevent teleport speed, jump height, and flight. Pretty basic stuff. I think I also did no clip, but it's a bit finicky. I'll work on it more later on if that becomes an issue. But for now, it works out perfectly fine for a small game. On day three, I wasn't really too sure on what I wanted to do, so what I decided to do was use Roblox's smooth terrain and begin creating my first planet. So I used the generate tool, generated in some terrain, colored it a little bit, and stylized it to look more spacey. Then configured the atmosphere to look a little bit more, once again, spacey. And I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it so far, so we'll see how it ends up later on. Next, I wanted to begin and create some ores and resources I could actually collect inside of my sandbox game. The issue is, I'd never done that before, so I wasn't really sure where to start, but luckily one of my friends actually informed me that Data Store 2 can save whole arrays. Now this would be useful because I could use that to save the ores in an array. I got tired of scripting the ores, so what I ended up doing was just stopping for the day. Day 4 was the least and most productive day of this. So on day 4, I did a lot of game planning. Unfortunately, planning is not actual development, meaning the game did not actually progress that much during that day. I did add a nice day and night cycle, which the game did not previously have a day cycle, and I edited the ores to look a lot better. The ore inside of it is a little bit more scattered. I also added coal and uranium to the ores. On day 5, I started creating the drill system. I wanted the entire map to be destructible. I mean, how freaking cool would that be? So I created just that. I made the entire map destructible. The drill was looking a little bland, so I also decided to add in some animations. I added in a flashlight, some deep dark caves, and I also added in lava on the bottom of the caves. Very cool features. On day 7, I polished those animations, added some new sounds to the drills, and overall, basically just took a break. That day was just a lot of planning, unfortunately. So day 7 was not much development work, but yeah. That is my 7 days of development on my game Star Colonist. If you would like to see or hear more of this, then please comment or just tell me you'd like more because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I just hope this was entertaining in some way, and I kind of wanted to make a devlog. So yeah. You can also check out the game, the description. It will be linked, although it's not really much of a game yet, but you can see it grow.